Hawks got 19 points.
This is an absolute monster performance from him. He is pulverizing them from the three-point line.
Here's Rush, and he banks in the layup. And the Hawks lead by 1. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Now here's Freak. He's got 19. And that one hits back iron.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Shot is off. And we're through the first half of basketball. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Freak really making a difference here.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I tell you what, we'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Vonleh's out there with Cody Zeller. And it's Freak in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
But they get it back. Zeller dishes to Freak. And it's sent back by Horford. And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Lots of room. Shot is off. So Cleveland will take it the other way. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
And even though they were the better team overall, they actually lost the season series against this club a year ago.
Yeah, and for them, that was a bit embarrassing. So expect them to come back with a point to prove tonight.
Here's Schroeder. J.R. Smith making his last shot. Here's Ilyasova, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Ilyasova's got his first points in this one. The Cavaliers trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Atlanta's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. They've got Horford. Ilyasova out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Fleming in at the 3, the small forward.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Atlanta.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
He doesn't get the second one. Cavaliers trailing. It's stolen by Schroeder. Fast break, the Hawks. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
Freak with it. A 3-ball. Hayward grabs the board.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
And it's Freak missing.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
And the foul called on Freak. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Bogdanovich is checked in for Atlanta. And so it's Atlanta with it. And stolen by James. The feed to Freak. Rebound Atlanta. Horford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Now here's Schroeder. D right on him. And the foul called on Freak. That will be foul number 5 on him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Now here is Horford.
Yeah, he'll make a walk of shame back to the bench.
And so Atlanta takes this one.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, so he was the engine that drove this team the whole night, and his teammates had no problem harnessing the power of that motor. What'd you notice about his performance? And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Portland Trail Blazers. Taking a look at the Trail Blazers, they haven't yet found their groove. They're still trying to make adjustments to try and change the momentum here early in the season. Each game out right now, as their coaches reiterated, is another invaluable opportunity to refine their approach and make improvements. Now, if you want to see a stat sheet stuffer, you're going to want to keep your eyes on Freak in this one. He's been put.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Cavaliers in an interconference battle here at the Quicken Loans Arena. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
Well, you know, they split their meetings last season, and the way both of these teams love to compete, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened again.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the two. Al-Farouq Amino is out there with Beasley. Now, here's Lillard. And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
And so here's Cleveland. 4-point game. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
Freak in at point guard. Vonleh is out there with LeBron James, and it's Bernard in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets.
Here's James. Turned in an outstanding game against Brooklyn. Kicks it to Freak. And another miss by Cleveland.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Nobody near Lillard. Misses off the right iron.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities. And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. To the wing right side. Here's Wilcox. Offensive rebound.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And the foul called on Freak. That will be foul number 5 on him.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
The Collins shot. Both teams making some changes here. And so that brings...
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavalier girls.
quarter. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game.
Congratulations.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Damian Lillard. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of... And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Detroit Pistons as they go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Cavaliers, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. And the clock ticking down to tip off. Kenny, you won 2 championships, might I remind you, back to back. Explain to us the makeup of a champion.
Well,
and not the makeup you're wearing right now.
I never.
But the makeup of a championship team.
However, number one is the belief. You have to believe and trust in your teammates. Trust is the most important thing. And most people think trust comes from on the offensive end, but it's trust on the defensive end. Meaning, Ernie, if I'm going to
From suburban Detroit, we proudly bring you the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. And for the Detroit Pistons, they come into tonight's game after the loss to Miami. You know, guys, you hate to get embarrassed on your home court, but that's exactly what happened. It was a tough loss for them.
How about the shooting percentage, though? In the low 30s. That tells you all you need to know.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal to shoot that poorly. You almost have to try to miss to shoot that poorly. Rarely do you see numbers like that at the NBA level.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Cleveland, Freak, he's in at the point. Zeller is out there with LeBron James. And it's Bernard in at the 2 spot. On defense, Cleveland. It's a 3-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And I really felt in watching that game that they needed to abandon the 3-point shot. It wasn't there. The percentage was horrific, but yet they continued to try and knock them down.
And I really think that's what did them in. I mean, sometimes it's just not there for you on the perimeter, and you can't try to shoot yourself out of a bad shooting night from outside.
3-on-3. Here's Anderson. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
The Pistons making a change here. And so it's Cleveland with it. Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Stan Van Gundy.
Challenge of defending LeBron James, and he said there's not a lot of good options with him. He can really do it all.
Cleveland leading by 9.
A moment now to see the numbers for Johnson. Averaging about 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
On the court for Cleveland, Freak in at point guard. Cody Zeller out there with Von. And it's LeBron James. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. There's the pick. The drive by Jackson. Excellent use of the screen that time. Jackson's got 6 points.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Guys, he's having a ball out there. I mean, we knew going in that he'd have an advantage on the glass, but I didn't think he could be this dominant. What a difference.
Second quarter play with almost 3 minutes gone. And the foul called on Freak. That will be foul number 5 on him. And the foul called on Freak. That's it for him. He's fouled. That'll do it.
You, Kevin, it seems, LeBron, like so far the team is on a mission. What sort of message?
Okay, guys, solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing. But just a few things to talk about before the second half. The first thing is that our ball movement has been solid. Keep it up. I want to see that ball continue to rotate around the perimeter until we get a good look. I will give you credit for your offensive rebounding. You really fought hard to keep possessions alive, and it's paid off. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. They escape with a victory, although they needed Clark an extra period to get it done.
Well, I think
LeBron, no player has to endure.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan, LeBron James.
We all know anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you, not to mention his defense. Literally, any night he can take over again.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Philadelphia as the 76ers go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For Cleveland, they come in off a win in their last outing against Detroit. A tough overtime victory. They're hoping that they can find a way to win this one in regulation. Almost ready for tip-off, but first a moment to talk about something that often gets overlooked, defense. Kenny, who are the most impressive defenders in the NBA right now?
Well, defense doesn't get overlooked by championship teams, and I'm going to name some guys who either played on championship team or contenders. Kawhi Leonard, defender on the wing. Andre Iguodala, MVP of the NBA Finals.
Welcome to Philadelphia, everyone, as the 76ers get ready to defend home court in the Eastern Conference. For the Cavaliers, this is the last game before heading back to Cleveland. Still trying to find that groove they had last year. They'd like to grab hold of some new momentum and get closer, Steve, to where they were a season ago.
And I think for the Cavaliers, what a lackluster start to the season it's been for them. Where are the championship contenders that we've grown accustomed to seeing?
Contenders, these guys don't even look like a playoff team right now.
LeBron's shot is good.
Now that's a killer crossover. The defender got totally shook up by that move.
On defense, Cleveland. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Exactly. Two top teams in the conference. They want to continue that success this season as they look long-term towards playoff seeding.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Then it's Cody Zeller. Then it's Freak. Here's Hardaway. Pass to Mills. He feeds it to Okafor. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You know, it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
It always seems to settle you down when you have some early success in the post.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game.
Freak with it. On the court for Cleveland. Freak in at point guard. LeBron James is out there with Zeller. And it's Bernard in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Freak. It's offline from half court.
Yeah, real nice shot selection there. I guess he's working on his buzzer beater form.
That's a reach, but perhaps that is the case. Or maybe he was trying to knock a bird off of the scoreboard.
Is about right, because I still can't figure that one out.
Making a change here. The Cavaliers trail by 8. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And there before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games. Fifth on the list, the 76ers.
It's due to better shot selection lately, Kevin. They're taking their time to make sure the shots they take go in. Really good self-discipline there.
And the foul called on Freak. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, he'll make the walk of shame.
And that concludes the first half. 76ers lead by 14. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Rudy, some fine defensive work from this team in the first half, and this is the type of play that became a hallmark of the team going back to last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the way we played last season. Our defense was our staple.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
It's been a good one for Smith. He's got 11.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most.
Well, Rudy, congratulations on the win. How would you evaluate the team's offense tonight?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan player of the game? The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another.
He definitely put in the work down low. Used his size and his footwork. Got some big-time buckets.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out there in Cleveland, where it'll be the Cavaliers against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, they are putting together an impressive stretch of basketball. Only one loss in their last 8 games. We'll see if that continues tonight. And while we have a moment here, another discussion topic. Shaq, you are one of the most physical players the league has ever seen. Who would you say right now are the league's most physical players?
Sorry to correct you, Ernie. Not one of the most, the most. But anyway, Ernie, to answer
you're
your
not
question,
sorry to correct me. You take great pleasure in correcting.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you here at Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. It's the home of the Cavs, live on 2K Sports. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. To take a look at the Pacers, you love to get the ball rolling early in the season. That's what they've done.
I think for the Pacers, what an ideal start for them this season. I mean, it takes some teams a while to kind of come together. Not this group. They were ready right from the start.
The only cautionary note I'd make is that you don't want to peak too soon. You want to be playing your best basketball when the postseason rolls around.
So Cleveland will get the first possession. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Pacers. Wallace is out there with Johnson. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Turner. And it's Valanciunas in at the center, filling out the middle. And the shot is good from Johnson.
And they get the first bucket of the game on that one.
I tell you what, fellas, I'm anticipating a good one here.
Huh? Okay. I'll do it in a second. Do you want me to record or something or no? Huh? Do you care if I record or no? Yeah, okay. Or well, you have to invite me to yours, because I can't quit my game. So how overall is your character? So you're like two things higher than me. What position are you? What's up, Christian?
What's up?
Bro, you said you were gonna get back on at 11. What happened to that?
I did get on at 11. I was playing Mortal Kombat, and I went on like a 50 win streak.
I didn't see you online. For me, you were appearing offline then.
What game are you playing?
2K16 with this guy that I met in my stream. He wants to 1v1 me.
No, you're playing 2K16 live.
No. Bad Christian.
No, 2K16.
Bad
It's
Christian.
not 17 live.
Bad Christian. Okay. Your core is green. Ooh. I think I had this one on my other account and I got rid of it. You can start first. Few for last. Huh? My overall is 79. And my jump shot is only 3 bars off of being full. Oh, wait, what? Mine was staying on one screen. And then when I got in, you were at the rim. Or at the paint. Or in the paint. Do you have killer crossover or no?
Huh?
You have killer crossover or no?
Huh?
I said, do you have killer crossover?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's oh dang. I stopped caring if I get my ankles took. It's not a big deal. And I didn't get the rebound. Okay. Wait, what the? Oh, how did you hit? Okay. That is a whole new level of confusing. Whose crosses do you have? I have Kyrie's. God damn, that's broke. Yeah, I thought you were gonna go in the paint. I was gonna try running in and smack your wall. Oh. I nearly almost had to green. Oh. What? I was hoping I could have dunked on you, but whatever. It's worth it. Wait, what position are you?
Point guard.
Oh damn, that's broke. Oh no. Never mind. Are we doing 3 for last or something, or no? Cause that might just be unfair. Oh, I'm tired. That's broke. Yeah, there you go. Boom! Oh, wait, what? Oh. Oh, damn. You're already there? Okay, I guess you are. Damn. Hey, wait a second.